So, have the Yankees honestly done enough this offseason? Let's talk about this one right now. Hey, gang, I hope you're doing well. So, the question today is, have they honestly done enough? And there's a lot of opinions on this, right? And I'm going to use an example. The WFAN guys were talking about it, and they made their opinions known that they felt that the Yankees haven't done enough, and they've used a couple of examples as their arguments. And I want to go over these things. And again, does that filter out to other fans and content creators? Does that message become? Yeah, it does. Okay, that's not to say people are entitled. They're not entitled to their opinions, because they are. But so are the people who say that the Yankees have done enough. So there's neither an opinion that matters more than the other. They're both matter, which is why I like to give both sides. And I want to know what your thoughts here. So if you're a fan and you're not subscribed to this channel, hit that subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it. Enjoy the content, hit the like button. If you always want to be at the front of the line, hit that notification button too. Right? And you'll know exactly when we go live. We're going to be going live more often now. We are a week away from spring training. So 1 week away. So things are about to get busy. So, but again, let's go back. I think it's important to timeline this, and I'm going to repeat this again because it seems to be going in one ear and out the other ear. Because I don't know whether it's because people just don't want to acknowledge that, or people find those folks to be more credible. Don't know, don't care. So, but I'm just gonna point out a couple of facts for you. It's up to you to decide whether you want to apply them to your argument or not. So, number one, the Yankees got the big fish early in this offseason, Juan Soto. Okay. And what was the biggest issue that we talked about early in the season? Even beat writers said the Yankees were too right-handed, too reliant on home runs, right? True. So they needed to get more left-handed, more balanced in the lineup. They need more contact-oriented hitting, right? Well, they added Juan Soto, probably the best contact hitter in the game. They added Alex Verdugo, another guy who could just slap doubles everywhere in the second half of the lineup. Okay. Took him away from the Red Sox, who killed the Yankees. So, and they've also added Trent Grisham in the Juan Soto trade too. So, who's an elite defender? His glove is ahead of his bat, and that's totally fine. He can platoon the outfield and play lots of positions. It's my little assistant in the background voicing her opinion. So, and look what they've done as well. They've also made trades for another left-handed bat too. Yeah, they traded for Victor Gonzalez from a reliever, but they also added Yorbit Vivas to that. So not only did they add a left-handed bat in the outfield, multiple lefty bats in the outfield, they added one to the infield too. Okay, he's a lefty, plays all the infield positions, with the exception of first base. They added another versatility there as well. So it also gives them, he's got 6 years of control left. So if they do move on from Labor Tours at the end of the season, they have a built-in backup already if they decide to not go with Oswald Peraza, or if they move Peraza. We just don't know. But having this depth is a good thing. They've also added, let's see, Cody Botique, Cody Morris. They've also added Caleb Ferguson in the trade. They've also added Luke Weaver. Okay, so they've beefed up a bullpen. Now, why is that important? Well, they added a starter, but it wasn't the two starters that people wanted. It's not like they didn't try to get them. They offered Yoshinobu Yamamoto $30 million per year, more than any other team offered him. He turned it down. He wanted to go to Dodgers. Okay, good for him. Then they pivoted to Blake Snell. They offered him $25 a year for 6 years, $150 million. Why less than $30 million? Well, he's 31. Yamamoto's 25. So, and he also comes with 2 draft picks because he's attached to a qualifying offer. He also comes with $1 million in international money that the Yankees would have to forfeit to get him. And this was also before the Yankees went over the cone threshold. This does matter. So he flat out rejected him. He's represented by Scott Boras. They counter with 9 years, $207 million. I'd be shocked if he gets that anywhere else. But now the Yankees, they tried to get the 2 big arms in free agency. They both said no. Okay, people can say it's the Yankees' fault all they want. So, or that the Yankees haven't done enough. It's not like they haven't tried. So, and I can say the same thing for all the other teams as well. So then they pivoted to Marcus Stroman. He wanted to be here. He took less money to be here. They added a dog to the rotation. It's not the same name recognition or name status as the other guys, but He doesn't have the 2 Cy Young Award winners like Blake Snell. He's not hyped through the roof like Yamamoto was. Yamamoto still hasn't proven himself. So, and we'll get to that as well. But so they got him. They added all his relievers. Okay, they added Luke Weaver to be a swingman. So, and maybe because they weren't able to add one of those frontline starters, they beefed up their bullpen to the point that can help offset the lack of starters, right? Because we are banking on a healthy season from Rodon. We are banking on a healthy season from Cortez, right? And some other players. But what teams are not banking on that? Okay. The Baltimore Orioles, who just traded for Corbin Burns. They're banking on a healthy season from and productive season from Craig Kimbrell. They lost their closer to Tommy John surgery, and they brought in Kimbrell, hoping that he would provide similar production. We don't know yet, okay? And there's no guarantee they're going to re-sign Corbin Burns either. The world champion Texas Rangers, if they don't get Jordan Montgomery back, they're banking on a healthy season from Jacob deGrom, who's coming back from Tommy John. They're banking on a healthy season from Max Scherzer, who's coming back from, I think, back surgery. They need those guys to be healthy and productive, especially if Montgomery doesn't come back. Okay, and they need Evaldi to stay healthy too, Nathan Evaldi. So the Mets are banking on production from some of their new acquisitions as well, health. The Red Sox are banking on a healthy, productive year with Lucas Giolito. The Dodgers, and I'll tell you this right now, I would rather have the Yankees rotation than the Dodgers rotation any day of the week. Shohei Ohtani, the prize, get this offseason, not even pitching this year because of Tommy John. Yoshinori Yamamoto, he's expected to probably be their ace. He hasn't pitched a day in the majors yet. He hasn't approved himself yet. So Tyler Glasnow, who they traded for, is not throwing more than 120 innings at any point in time in a season. So they're banking on him to be healthy. They're banking on Clayton Kershaw to come back in August to be productive and healthy. And he's their franchise. I'm not surprised they brought him back. They're banking on James Paxton to be healthy. Right? He's had injury problems over the last several years, especially even when he was with the Yankees. They're also banking on who else? Dustin May, Tony Gonsolin, Walker Buehler. These guys are all hurt. So the Dodgers are banking on more rotation question marks than the Yankees are banking on. Okay? And that I don't envy the Dodgers right now in terms of their starting rotation. Their bats, I have nothing to complain about. Their bats are going to be super elite. But their starting rotation, we don't know. Just as many question marks, if not more, than the Yankees. So this stuff is not only Yankees. So, and as much as people might say, but again, the question is, have the Yankees, do you honestly think they've done enough? What at this point could they do would make you say they've done enough? Why would they go back to Blake Snell and pay double for him? Not pay him double, pay double for him, okay, because of the Cohen threshold. It's different. So that $25 million that they offered him before, which he turned down, would have to go higher. But that $25 million itself, and remember, he wasn't given any other offers by anybody. Neither have the other Scott Boras clients. Jordan Montgomery, Cody Bellinger, Matt Chapman. These guys they're a week away from spring training, and they don't have a team to play for yet. Okay, I do think Scott Boras has misread the market. Okay, but he also tends to do this. He drags free agency out for some of his clients. He tries to get teams to bite. But what motivation do the Yankees have to bite at this point for any of his clients is the question, because they had to pay double for it. Just because the Orioles got Corbin Burns, okay. That's reason enough to pay $50 million for Blake Snell. The Corbin Burns, whether you acquire him in a trade or sign him, it's still going to be double. So if the Yankees had traded for Corbin Burns, that $15 million he's going to get the share in arbitration would be the 30 in the Bronx. Okay, and keep in mind too, the expected ask was Spencer Jones and Chase Hampton and some more for Corbin Burns. That's the 1 and 3 prospect for the Yankees. I don't care what the rankings are, and he's ranked higher than this one in the top 100. That doesn't necessarily mean the player's better. Okay. Hampton is expected to be a mainstay for the Yankees. So is Spencer Jones. Those other guys were not necessarily expected. They were blocked by higher ranked prospects. So it was easier for the Orioles to afford to move these guys, no matter where they were ranked, right, in a trade to the Brewers for Corbin Burns. So the impact of these prospects is different per team, and I think that needs to be factored in. So So I'm not surprised the Yankees didn't bite on that trade. I wouldn't have given up Spencer Jones and Chase Hampton for 1 year of Corbin Burns. No way. No way. Now, there is reporting right now that's saying they're going to acquire some type of starter during the spring training. I don't know who, don't know when. We'll see if that actually happens. Would I like another starter? Yes. But I like the fact that the Yankees added more to the bullpen since they haven't added another starter yet, which gives them more cushion one way or the other. And Luke Weaver provides swingman opportunities. He can go, he can start, he can play long relief, he can do a lot of things. And you have guys in the background like the Luis Hill coming back, Nestor Corte. These guys could give the Yankees length and versatility. So they have options here. They don't all need to be the high-end expensive guys. But again, people have their opinions. They're entitled to it. So, and thanks so much for everybody who, hops on these live streams and gives me their insight and feedback. And it's like I said, too, people will come and troll. They do it on a regular basis. It comes with the territory. I'm going to stick with the facts. I'm going to stick with both sides of the story. Might piss off some people. Don't care. Okay? I don't do propaganda. I'm not going to go out and troll somebody else's channel or send people to troll somebody else's channel. Okay? Listen, I don't do that. I have better things to do with my time. So, but hey, that's the question I have for you. Load up the comments. Let's talk about this. I really want to know what your thoughts are. Have the Yankees honestly done enough this offseason? They addressed their biggest need, the offense, okay? And they've added to the pitching as much as they could. They're still not done adding, but, they didn't get Snell, not the end of the world. They didn't get Burns, not the end of the world, okay? They didn't get Yamamoto, not the end of the world. So I do expect them to be in there. And they're still projected by Pacoda also, which has been pretty accurate. Even without getting any of these guys, they're projected to win the AL East over the Jays, over the Red Sox, over the Rays, over the Orioles. Now, it actually has to happen, but there are other folks who think the Yankees have done enough, who think the Yankees are well positioned to compete against these teams, and I agree. Okay? And I am, again, an optimistic fan. We'll call it out when it doesn't happen. We call out Cashman. We'll call out Hal. We call out Boone. We do that. Just because we don't trash him incessantly or find reasons to attack him every single day doesn't mean we're making excuses for him. We call them out when it's justified, but we also give them credit when it's due, when it's justified. It's only fair. But give me your thoughts. Have they done enough this offseason? I think they have. I think there's still room to add another piece, and I'm confident they will add it in time, whether it be in spring training or at the trade deadline. They have plenty of pieces to trade. That's called that thing called prospect hoarding, right? That so many people accuse them of doing. Well, they have guys that they can move for a trade now. They also give up a lot of prospects for Juan Soto and Frank Grisham and Alex Verdugo. So that's the opposite of prospect hoarding too. But there isn't anybody right now worth, in my opinion, paying double for in free agency. Nobody. Let me know what your thoughts are one way or another. And what would make you honestly feel that the Yankees have done enough this offseason? What moves? And I appreciate the fact that certain people will say Trevor Bauer. I get it. It's no denying his big talent. He's got a big arm. He's a gamer. He's tough. Okay. And he's got a Cy Young to his boot. So, and his resume. But there's still baggage there. There's still unsolved, court cases, accusations, and all that stuff. And I don't think any team is going to want to take that baggage, which is why nobody has signed them. It's not only the Yankees. Nobody has given them an offer. Not one team. So I'm not surprised. I think that needs to be resolved before anything else. So let's talk about it, gang. Have a good day. Talk to you next time.